Stephanie White gets a technical foul. Stephanie White getting a technical foul in the game, which they are up by 23 points. Caitlin Clark clapping it up. Everybody in the venue, we're clapping it up. Oh, it feels good.
When the Indiana Fever took the court Thursday night to face the Las Vegas Aces, no one could have predicted the drama that would ensue. What began as an ordinary regular season matchup swiftly transformed into yet another glaring showcase of WNBA officiating blunders. And this time, the entire world was watching.
Bro, we have another situation dealing with these referees, dog. Now, we know the Indiana Fever pulled out and got the dub yesterday over the Las Vegas Aces, pretty much holding them under 60 points. And I'm here to tell you, dog, that did not come without controversy, bro. We know every single game, the WNBA referees, it's simply a disgrace. And we have another case of that.
The Fever utterly dismantled the Aces, cruising to an 81-54 victory, and finally putting an end to a grueling 16-game losing streak that had haunted them since 2019. But the real headline wasn't just the scoreline. It was how the referees seemed determined to hand the game to A'ja Wilson and her team on a silver platter. Even so, their efforts fell flat. What unfolded was a glaring, undeniable showcase of the WNBA's biased officiating, laid bare for the world to see as the Indiana Fever refused to let questionable calls dictate their destiny.
I realized how bad it was until today. I'm not gonna lie. I did not realize how bad it was until today. Like, I was seeing constant tweets put out over the last day, and even some of them where it was like, it's mostly the one where Stephanie White ended up having to get teed up, where it was like, it was literally like the rules of basketball are being changed.
Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. A'ja Wilson's special whistle. All game long, Wilson enjoyed calls so generous they would have made even the most lenient official cringe. The MVP treatment was in full force as she marched to the free throw line 13 times, just 4 fewer than the entire Indiana Fever squad combined. Let that sink in. One player nearly matched an entire team's free throw attempts. If that's not blatant favoritism, what is?
The only player to show up, well, the only players to show up for the Las Vegas Aces was A'ja Wilson, the WNBA referees, and Kathy Engelbert. Now, why Kathy Engelbert, the commissioner? Because, well, she won't do anything about the officiating in this league. And it's kind of funny. I seem to remember some players talking about a special whistle last year? Question mark. The only player that I could see that's truly got a special whistle is A'ja Wilson. My God. You're never beating these allegations. No wonder you put up whatever it is, 23 points a game, 25.
In the third quarter, fans witnessed what might be the most obvious case of referee bias in recent memory. Lexi Hull had perfectly boxed out Wilson and pulled down a defensive rebound, a textbook play that happens countless times each game. But Wilson, clearly unwilling to accept being outplayed, decided to jump onto Hull's back, practically grappling her in a desperate attempt to snatch the ball away.
It's a disgrace to the uniform. This right in front of here. Right in front of her, bro. At what point do we consider and study bias in referees? Many Fever fans were not happy when they sing this. When they sing she was refereeing. So I'm guessing this referee has been dropping the ball. Watch this, guys.
Time down. The drive gets inside, floats it up. Shot won't fall. Wilson, what looks like over the back. Oh, boy. Jump ball is...
Literally, Sophie wanted an over-the-back call for Wilson.
Any competent referee would have called it exactly what it was, a blatant over-the-back foul on Wilson. Instead, these officials had the nerve to label it a jump ball. Even the broadcasters couldn't hide their disbelief at such a baffling decision. Fans on social media erupted in outrage, with one remarking, "A'ja Wilson is the most privileged player in the WNBA." That was a textbook over the back on Lexi Hull. But since the league adores A'ja and the Aces, the refs give them a jump ball.
29 points, a huge game from A'ja Wilson. The rest of her team didn't show up. 13 foul shots. She had 13 foul attempts. Look at the rest of the team. They didn't. And nobody on the... Are you kidding me? When it comes to the Indiana Fever, the referees are looking in the opposite direction. Nobody had more than 4 foul attempts. A'ja Wilson, 11 of 13. No wonder she scored 29 points.
If you're enjoying this, please consider subscribing. What we're witnessing here goes far beyond simple bad officiating. It's a systematic pattern of protecting certain stars while holding others to an entirely different standard. The WNBA has effectively created a two-tiered system. Players like A'ja Wilson can get away with just about anything on the court, while teams like the Indiana Fever are forced to battle not only their opponents, but the referees too. Wilson was literally draped over Hull's back, making contact that would have drawn an automatic foul for anyone else. But when it's the league's golden child, suddenly the rulebook doesn't matter. The message couldn't be clearer. If you're the MVP, you get to play by your own set of rules. And it's not just Fever fans who are fed up. Basketball fans across the league see this blatant double standard for exactly what it is.
Is on the end line. And by the way, it was a soft foul, but it was a foul. So Michaela Timpton is on the sideline, and she's kind of trying to get her balance. She's on one leg. She's trying to get her balance to get back in bounds. And as she's on one leg, a little bit off balance, trying to get her balance, A'ja Wilson just comes in and knocks her over. Did A'ja Wilson hit her hard? No. Did A'ja Wilson hit her hard? No. But it's and the referees rightfully called a foul. And somehow, I mean this, somehow they challenged and won. They challenged and won.
By the fourth quarter, with the Fever up by 23, Indiana head coach Stephanie White had seen enough. The refs had been letting questionable plays go all game, giving Wilson every advantage while overlooking clear fouls against the Fever. When the biased calls continued even in garbage time, White snapped. She stormed toward the nearest official, demanding answers. The ref, apparently done being challenged, hit her with a technical foul. But White didn't back down. "I don't know about frustrations boiling over. It's more like making a point," she said afterward. This wasn't just emotion. It was a statement that she wouldn't tolerate biased officiating. Her players loved every second of it.
The technical foul late in the game, just frustrations kind of boiling over. It seemed like Caitlin and the players got fired up and enjoyed it a little bit.
Yeah, well, I don't know about frustrations boiling over as more to just making a point. Caitlin said she got me, though, so. She just got a bonus.
The moment that summed up this entire fiasco came from Caitlin Clark. Even sidelined with a groin injury, Clark leaped out of her seat the instant the technical was called, clapping and cheering as if her team had just won a title. She walked straight over to Coach White for a high five, making it clear she fully supported calling out the refs. Cameras even caught Clark mouthing FYA, while continuing to applaud, showing the fire and passion that set her apart. "She's got me, though," White said with a grin. "She just got a bonus." The nod to Clark's Commissioner's Cup earnings highlighted how united this team has become in standing up to biased officiating.
The referees were starting to get on the side of the Aces. They were trying to wheel the Aces back in, and Lexi stepped in and sort of killed it. Kelsey Mitchell never took her foot off the gas tonight, by the way. This is the best thing I've seen from Stephanie White all season long. Right here, she was aggravated by the refs already, and in the fourth quarter, 5:35 left, Stephanie White lost her shit on the sideline. She lost her shit. And let me just play this right here. Roll it.
Lost that lead late.
And she's gonna. You see her just losing it up here, losing it. And she got teed up right there. And Caitlin Clark loved it. They really put it on right here. You can see 24 points in the first half for the Aces. I mean, seriously, for the Aces. Points in the paint, 38-20. I mean, it was a dominant win by the